Monetizers, Mariah Monetize here, and today I'm going to be talking about the 7 ways I am changing my strategy because of the coronavirus. So these are 7 things that I'm considering that I think are going to help my overall portfolio and my particular investment strategy. So it seems like there's 2 different sides of, there's the very concerned people, there are the people that are preparing with food, with water, with medical supplies, and then you have the other people that are laughing at the people preparing. Where do I particularly stand? Well, I was on a 3-way call with my parents a little bit ago, and I recommended to them, what's the worst thing of having a year's supply of food in your cabinets? My dad could last a long time with no food, my mom, not so much, and neither can my brother. They don't have too much fat to spare. I went ahead and gave that recommendation, so I guess that can kind of give you an idea of where exactly I stand in this particular situation. So here are the 7 ways that I am reconsidering my investments because of the coronavirus. Number 1 is I am taking a different approach to my China-based stocks. Stocks that I particularly had planned to hold long term, I'm now setting a bit of a tighter stop loss. And this goes against my long-term investment strategy, but simply because I think that I may have purchased at the top of the market or close to the top of the market, I am treating those stop losses a bit differently, mainly because they are China-based companies, and as you know, China is getting hit the hardest with the coronavirus. I'm reconsidering some short-term buys. Just a couple days ago, over the weekend, I thought to myself, hey, I should probably be buying some Costco stock because where are people going to run to stock up? I've seen this when it comes to hurricane season here in Puerto Rico. The line sometimes reaches up to 1/4 mile just for water alone, and when people feel threatened in any way because of a natural disaster or anything that can potentially be life-threatening, Costco seems like the place that you're currently running to. As I laid my head down on Sunday evening, I thought to myself, hey, don't forget to buy some Costco stock in the morning. But I definitely forgot, and it rose from $270 all the way up to over $300 on Monday. Definitely a missed opportunity there. I should probably start taking my own advice. Number 3 is that I'm reconsidering some pharmaceutical companies. Obviously those that are manufactured in China, because as we've seen, many factories are being shut down, and this could eventually create a shortage with those particular pharmaceuticals. So we might want to change our look and see which major pharmaceutical companies in China, who they are, what they're manufacturing, if there is a potential of them closing, and maybe there are possibly some companies in other countries creating those same pharmaceuticals, and it might be a good idea to switch your investments in that direction. So there are a few companies that are in the process of trying to create that vaccine for coronavirus. Let me just name off of a few. Just to give you an example, a lot of these have risen quite dramatically in the last few weeks. Co-Diagnostics is one of them. They increased from the $3 range to over $20 in just a few days. Novavax is another one that just recently doubled, and today Inovio, I hope that I am pronouncing that correctly, jumped 40% in just a single day. Number 5, I am 100% taking into consideration the fact that the stock market is due for a correction, which potentially puts it in a more vulnerable state, and this coronavirus can be the tipping point. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen, but the probability is there. And it's just important to consider that with every decision I make with stocks. Number 6, considering purchasing stocks that are related to things that people will stock up on. So just to give you an example, Clorox Company is one that is performing quite well in this particular scenario. You can also consider companies that manufacture protective apparel. Number 7, so Delta was a stock that I absolutely had on my watch list to see if it would correct, and indeed it has, but I am reconsidering travel-based companies. I personally believe there's going to be massive restrictions on China over the next few months, possibly the next year. Because of that simple fact, I am reconsidering all my travel related stock investments. I'm not trying to be a fear monger, I'm just trying to lay out the possibilities of what could possibly happen. And I think it's really important that you consider all of these things as well. So I want to hear in the comments below, how are you changing your investment strategy because of the coronavirus situation? I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you saw some value in it. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, the bell for notification, the thumbs up button to show your support, and as always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.